Welcome to another episode of Attribute Training. Before we get started, we need to acknowledge the elephant in the room.
How is he doing that? Oh jeez, it's a real elephant! So today guys, we're going to be going over some easy tips on how to kick over a Wave Master for maximum power with your kicks. We're talking specifically your front kicks, your round kicks, and your side kicks. Let's get it going. First thing, keeping it brilliant to the basics, I gotta know the striking surface that I'm going to be hitting with. For a front kick, I'm hitting with the balls of my feet. For a round kick, I'm hitting with my shin. And for a side kick, my heel! It's important to make sure that we can position our foot properly so I don't accidentally break a toe making contact on my opponent. So for a round kick, this is the easiest one. I simply point my toes, so I'm hitting with the shin and the laces of my leg right here. On a side kick, I'm going to be hitting with my heel, so I flex my toes all the way back like that. On my front kick, this is the hardest one, I'm going to point my toes like a round kick, but I flex my toes backwards so the bottom pad or the ball of my foot is exposed, creating extra reach and creating extra surface area, but without jamming my toes. That's going to take a little bit of training to get those toes flexed forward and flexed back. So take your time, enjoy the process, and sorry about the foot cramps. Okay, next step. In order to create maximum smash time, I need to make sure that my effort and energy does not stop at the surface of the target. Rather, it ends up going through the surface of the target, so a couple inches behind the target, so my power follows through. In order to achieve this result, my chambering leg needs to make sure that it is aligned with the target. Not the surface of the target, a couple inches beyond the surface of the target, so I end up causing significant damage and not playing around at Tiddilywinks. Tiddlywinks. I'm going to use this as a frame of reference. Now you can use another prop, something like an actual pool noodle, a rolled up towel, an RD stick or padded weapon, or maybe just a design to the tile on the floor. You can do anything you like, but here's how it works! We're going to imagine this represents the desired target. And I'm going to practice my kicks, making sure that my pivot chambers through all the kicks. So that means on my round kick, I do my appropriate pivot. And instead of my knee coming to the target, you see how my knee is in line with the target right there, I'm going to make sure it's perpendicular. My knee is pointing actually through the target. So if this is a desired line to hit, I'm pivoting, following through. Pivoting, following through. I'm going to keep it this direction for my front kicks. Now, bring my knee up, but it's got to be past that line. The same rules apply for my side kick. My heel is going to go straight down and be in line with the target that's underneath. I pivot away, of course. Let's start hitting stuff.
Now we're going to discuss the attribute of force. Remember, force is simply mass times acceleration. This is known as Newton's second law of gravity and momentum.
Oh man! He's so strange when he talks like that. Hey, let's talk about how to generate power. I'm simply going to use a wall or a Wave Master or something I can put some serious weight on to develop the muscles in my hip flexors. Let's see how this works. You'll see me do 5 repetitions and then switch legs. For my front kick, I'm going to put my entire foot on the wall, keeping my foot nice and flat. This is the ball and the heel. I'm going to get my knee nice and bent. I'm going to push away. I'm going to lock my heel off the wall so only the ball of my foot is touching. I'm going to have control. My leg might get a little shaky. I'm going to slowly put that heel back on the wall, and I'm going to continue this motion over and over again. For my round kick, I'm putting my shin on the wall all the way down to my toes. So my knee all the way down to my tip of my toes is going to be on the wall. I need to make sure my non-kicking leg is pivoted pointing away from the wall for this to be easier on my hips. I'm simply going to put pressure on my back leg and try to push myself away from the wall so my knee comes off the wall. On a side kick, I'm going to pivot away from the wall just like my round kick. My toes and heels are going to be on the wall just like my front kick, however my toes are facing sideways. When I straighten my leg out, I try to just flex my toes off the wall, so merely my heel is the only thing making contact. Again, switching sides to develop strength. Now we know our striking surface. We know the pivot, We know the desired effect to aim through the target. Now it's time to piece it all together. When you apply all these attributes together, it makes for a beast mode kick. Now we can lop through the target and knock it down instead of doing our Tiddilywinks we discussed earlier. Tiddilywinks. We know teach Tiddilywinks. That class is down the street. Start touching your range away from all your pads. Now we can get started.
Attribute training.
I don't think that ever gets normal. Thanks for tuning in for attribute training today, guys. I hope you got some basics and fundamentals down for some powerful kicks. I'll see you next time.
Oh yeah! Tiddlywinks. Tiddlywinks. Whittly kinks. Tiddly whittly ain't sing, sing, sings. Tiddlywinks sings.